Your program staff and leadership are critical partners in the cultivation process. Let's talk about how to strategically deploy your leadership first. Now, when I say leadership, I'm referring to your CEO and your board members. You want to introduce them to your prospects when the time is right. When you are planning to talk to your prospect about the organizational vision, it's time to bring your CEO to the next meeting. Your CEO should be used in the most strategic way and only with prospects who are close to making a gift or have high capacity to make a gift. Your CEO's time is super valuable, so I would recommend only bringing your CEO in for prospects that you're going to ask for at least a six-figure gift. When you need your prospect to hear from another donor, the board is the perfect place to look. But you should only put board members who have actually made their own gifts in front of potential donors. One amazing yet unrealized benefit of giving to a nonprofit is that you get to meet people who care about the same things that you do. It's hard to meet new people, and charities often bring people together who wouldn't have otherwise had the chance to meet. So utilize your board members when the timing is right. It could be a solicitation meeting where the board member makes the ask or shares why they give their philanthropic support to the organization. Or the board member could come along on a site tour and just offer color commentary. If you're meeting with a prospect who works in finance, it might be a good idea to introduce that prospect to your board treasurer. They're going to have a lot of things in common. It is unfair to ask your board members to do and be all things fundraising. They are not professional fundraisers, but they do bring credibility and gravitas as a third party and volunteer. I'm going to link a resource below that will help you figure out the best way to engage each of your board members based on their individuality, skills, and gifts. So let's switch over to engaging program experts. This group represents the boots on the ground of your organization. They are the ones delivering the programs and most likely have amazing stories and anecdotes. They can also speak to specifics around their program outcomes and strategies. Donors love meeting program experts because they get a chance to see behind the curtain. When I was fundraising for a museum, I would bring high-level prospects in to meet the curators and to see the collections that currently weren't being exhibited. This was a game changer, and prospects would leave asking me, how can I help? Gush. This is why I recommend introducing your program staff closer to the solicitation, because these meetings are very powerful and they set you up for the ask. Now, before you engage anyone in your cultivation efforts, they need to be briefed before the meeting. They need to know what role they are to play and what you hope to accomplish in this meeting. It could be as simple as, I need you to tell stories about this particular program, and I'm hoping the donor leaves feeling inspired and moved by our efforts. They also need to know the ground rules of the meeting. It's your job to fill them in on the prospect and then any issues to avoid. I've had to tell program experts not to cuss in donor meetings, or not to make an ask at the meeting, or not to go rogue and talk about another organization. You always need to tell them how much time they have with the prospect too. If it's an hour, great. If it's 40 minutes because you want to pop over to the CEO's office for a quick introduction, amazing. But be clear about how much time the program expert has with the prospect so that they can prepare their talking points. You might brief your CEO in a little different way before the meeting. I'm going to attach a sample CEO briefing below this video. So your CEO should be in the loop on what you're hoping to ask for, the actual amount, and a few more details about the prospect. For example, where does the prospect work? And what is their title? Does the prospect have a family foundation? Who is in the prospect's social network? Does this prospect know any current or former board members? They should know lifetime giving to your organization and the last gift date, and really any other relevant information that you think they need to know. Okay, I hope this helps you engage your leadership and your program staff. They truly do level up your cultivation efforts and wow your prospects. If your prospect is going to make a major gift to your organization, they need to meet and feel comfortable with the people who are going to either use that money or deploy that money. Now, emotions can cool quickly after these meetings because your prospect goes back to their lives and their lives are hectic. To keep the momentum of the prospect's excitement, agree to your next meeting before the prospect leaves.